Oh my god, hi! Welcome back. I'm wearing a dress on top of sweatpants, just so everybody knows. So I took a poll on Threads. I've been all up in Threads. Okay? Twitter, no more. Not that I was ever really on that, but like Threads is where it's at. Anyway, I asked if you wanted to see a makeup look inspired by this Balmain dress or this kitchen. Now, my original plan was to do a makeup tutorial inspired by the kitchen, because gorgeous color palette, love. And I can still do that. But you guys voted and you want to see the dress, so we're gonna do the dress today. So I tried to match the vibe, but it's Balmain, so like, you know what I mean? Anyway, we're gonna get right into it. Obviously I have the rest of my base on, so maybe we'll do a lip, but it's gonna be eye focused. The first thing I'm gonna do is prime my lids. I'm just gonna use concealer. I'm going back in time. I'm just gonna use L'Oreal Infallible, because like, why not? I want to eliminate all of this pigment and veins today. Remember using concealer to prime for eyeshadow? Well. Okay, and then to set, I'm just gonna use the Givenchy Prism Libre palette. Palette? I always do that, powder. Just to make sure that we get a nice blend. If you are using concealer as your eyeshadow primer, I highly recommend setting with a powder, because concealer is not eye primer, so it will react differently. And not that you need a Givenchy powder to set your lids, but this is a really, really, really finely milled powder, so it's really gonna help with the blending. If you're looking for a drugstore option though, Joa Beauty has a good one. The one that, I think it's called the Selfie Ready powder. I used it recently and it is very, very finely milled. They have different colors too, which is nice. Okay, I have a look in mind actually. Whenever I do like an inspired by, there's always just like so many options, you know? So I'm gonna start off with this angled brush from Sigma. This is from the Samantha collab. And I'm using this Viseart palette. Viseart, I see you. I see you. They sent me a pack. I asked you guys on Threads if you would want to see, or like what eyeshadows you've been interested in. They were like, us. And then they sent me some colorful palettes, which I'm not using today. But they do have this really beautiful neutral palette that has this perfect gray color. So I'm going to be using this gray to start off. So I'm just going to pick that up on the angled brush, and I'm going to trace a line just above my natural crease. And then as I get down here, I'm gonna kind of bring it up. Getting it even is always so difficult because my creases are different, obviously, because our eyes are different, no one's symmetrical. But like when you're trying to do like detail work, it's just like, yeah, no. Got all these like peaks and valleys around my eyes that make it not so easy. This line doesn't have to be perfect though, because we're gonna be doing some blending around it. So yeah. I take that down too low. Fuck. Yeah, a little bit. Do it more like that. I'm gonna take this little shader brush. This is the do I wanna use that? No. I'm gonna use the 28 rougher brush. I'm gonna pick up that same gray color. I'm gonna bring that gray down onto the inner part of the lid. And then just fade it toward the center. So I'm kind of like using the shapes in the dress, obviously the colors, but like the shapes in the dress, and applying them to my eye anatomy. And then I'm gonna use that same brush, same color, on this outer part. I'm gonna angle my brush like this, and I'm going to blend from out here. So kind of starting at that line. And then blend up and out. The Viseart eyeshadows are expensive, but they're really nice. Somehow Viseart was able to do like pigment and blending really, really well. You can feel that moisture so that they have that like nice pigment payoff, but they blend well. And again, just kind of like softening toward the middle. Just going in with a clean blending brush. This one's from Sigma, it's the E45. To blend these edges a little bit. From that same palette, I'm gonna grab, I think I'm gonna mix actually these two kind of peachy colors. This one's a little bit dark. Using the Refer 13 brush, I'm just tapping back and forth between those two. I'm gonna place that right in here. So above that gray. And I'm just gonna kind of buff it like out to the center, but like mostly focusing it right in here. I love putting color right here because it always ends up looking like alien and high fashion to me. High fashion is pretty alien. Okay, for my waterline, I'm gonna use the Haus Labs Optic Intensity Eco Eyeliner. This is in Chartreuse. I'm just thinking about when I finish this, because I'm so hungry. I'm literally going to be sitting in a dress with sweatpants on, in full makeup, eating a salad. And that's just ridiculous to me. Okay, I'm tapping between the black and the gray, and I'm just gonna intensify this line a bit. I'm really torn on what to do with the green. I know I want to use that green eye paint from About Face, but I just don't know what to do with it. I kind of like that the center of the lid is naked. This is why I usually do voiceovers for... What are you focusing on? Why I usually do voiceovers for creative looks, because there's a lot of me sitting and staring and thinking. It's not so much fun to watch. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the matte fluid eye paint from About Face in the shade Vertigo Flowers, cause green, you know, that atomic green. Ooh, this, yes. They launched new brushes. This one right here is what I really need. What do I wanna do here though? Do I just wanna like create a wing? Do I wanna go up here? Kind of. Okay, I'm gonna start at my step. Connect that up there. Or just like fade it into that gray. Okay. And then bring it down here. This is a great brush. I'm gonna go from like where this crease is. And kind of like semicircle to the center. Just bear with me. I'm gonna fill in this outer wing, that green. Dude, did my AC turn off? Because I am wearing a fucking sweater dress right now. And it is like 87 degrees out. Okay, I'm gonna try to keep my eyes like this so that it dries. And then using another small eyeliner brush, I'm gonna pick up that gray and I'm gonna go on the top of that green. I'm gonna basically line it. I'm gonna do the same thing on the inside of that green. Now I'm gonna grab this white color, or like cream, I guess it's more of a cream. And on, what is this? Sigma E57 brush. I'm gonna use this to highlight right here. And then just kind of like buff it back towards the center and inner part, just so that this like is a little bit more highlighted, obviously. And then using my Refer 23 brush, I'm gonna use that same color. And I'm just gonna place it in here. My stomach is making crazy noises. Sigma E33 brush, picking up the gray again, and just doing a little bit of blending up here. I really don't know what I want to do with my lower lash line, which is a problem. I'm going to take that gray on that eyeliner brush. I'm just trying to decide where I want the opening to be. Do I want it to be over here? Do I want it to be over here? I'm going to start it here to create a new opening for my lower lash line. Or my inner corner. And then tracing all along my lower lash line, just under that waterline with that. I think I'm gonna leave this outer part for now. I'm using the Refer 21 brush. I'm gonna grab that gray. This is a flat brush, and I'm going to press it along that line on the inner part, and then just kind of like fade it into my, like down into my eye bag. So I'm kind of doing the reverse that we have going on the upper part. And then just gonna, again, fade it close. Kind of just like that it's not like super dark out here, you know? And then using my Refer 02 brush, I'm going to mix those peaches again. These peaches. And then buff that on the outer part underneath that green, which will help to make it pop a little bit more. So keeping it light, but just like adding that contrast next to that green. So we have a really nice opposites thing happening on this like inner upper and lower outer, with some randomness in between. There's this random patch over here. It's kind of always been a problem, that just doesn't like to blend. Like this area, for some reason, of my eyebrow thing is just a problem, and it seems to be getting worse as I get older, and I just wonder if it's like texture or dry skin or something. I don't know, but it's infuriating. for my very inner corner, like right in here, I'm gonna mix these two colors from the, what is this called? Radioactive palette from Melt. So the yellow and the green. And then I'm just going to fill in this gap and kind of blend it into the waterline color. I don't like taking this thing in too far because I have relatively close set eyes, and the further you take things in, it kind of just ends up making my eyes look closer set. So if you have further set eyes, then like go in, dude. Go as far in as you want. I'm gonna take a little bit more of that green fluid eye paint. I'm using a BK Beauty brush. This is the 208, just a little eyeliner brush. I'm gonna pick that up. And I'm just going to place that, ooh, where do I wanna put it? Right here, I guess. Just a little hint. It's those little details that make things fun. What? What does that even mean? It makes things fun? Am I a kindergarten teacher? Jesus. I kind of want to incorporate black, but I also don't want to like completely overpower everything. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do is press a little bit of this white, that light white cream shadow right in here. Yeah, just like right in there. I lied. The last thing I'm going to do is, I'm running out of really flat brushes, like really tiny flat brushes. This is the e.l.f. Wing It eyeliner brush. I'm going to use that cream. And I'm just going to draw a line underneath. Just a really, really soft line underneath that green. And I don't know why, but I just felt like I needed it. I needed like some kind of like distinction, something that kind of like separates the peach. You know? I don't know why. I just felt like I needed a little bit more light. And while I have it, I'm gonna do the same thing in here. I'm a big fan of contrast. So like the more I can increase contrast between colors, I just feel like it makes so much more of an impact. Okay, I'm going rogue. I need to stop. I need to stop. Nope, I need to keep going. I'm gonna keep going. Yeah, stop. Okay, I just sat and stared at it for like 20 minutes and then I started applying mascara and I didn't realize that the camera stopped filming. So this is the finished look, everybody. Oh, did I get a little bit of black on the white? All right, so this is the finished look up close. I got a little bit of mascara on the side. What do you guys think? I am actually like really obsessed with it. I also applied a little bit of highlighter. I used, what's it called? The Becca one. Champagne Pop. My mascara is Clio Kill Lash, long curling. And I put a little bit of nude beige lip liner from NYX on, just like a little bit. And then I've been obsessed with the Rhode peptide lip treatments. You guys, these are really good. And she has some delicious flavors. The salted caramel, and then one of them is watermelon, and then they have one that's like not flavored. And then I think they have another one that was another flavor, but it wasn't like in stock. I don't know. They sent me these and I'm obsessed with them. So I'm wearing that. It's like super glossy. Okay, I'm obsessed with it. I decided to not go with falsies because I didn't want to like take away from all the detail that we did around the lash line. Really love very much. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you still want to see the look inspired by the kitchen, and let me know if you want me to do something that's just colors, because the color palette is stunning, or if you want me to include textures also. As always, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe and turn on notifications and all the things. And I will see you in the next video. Good day. I'm gonna go eat lunch on my couch with this full face of makeup and sweater dress on top of my sweatpants.